the rated R superstar, has won the Royal Rumble. But there's a lot of shit to get through before we get to this bad boy.
Bad boy, bad show, fucking bad night, night to forget. £120 down the drain. That's what happened. Shouldn't have bet on WWE. It's a disaster. But anyway,
Should have bet fucking Edge.
thought Edge would win. If you actually listened to my prediction vid, I predicted Edge if Brock Lesnar wasn't in the match. Don't know if that's a fair prediction, but that's what I predicted.
Anyway, though, we had the pre-show. The jobbers win. Fuck it.
Yeah, speaking of bad, this
is beyond bad.
Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler win after Lacey Evans hits Charlotte with a woman's right with I think it was like thumb and like brass knocks or something like that Ric Flair passed to her. So new tag team champions, and then that's it. We don't see Asuka again, but obviously the other three will be competing in the Royal Rumble match. Kick off the show. World Heavyweight Championship.
WWE Championship.
Same shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the same. This belt's fucking irrelevant. Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg in a Goldberg special. Lasted about 5 minutes. Awful match. It reminds me of a video game where they start with unlimited finishers and like they don't lose their finish. It's just finisher after finisher after finisher. Shit, Matt. I mean,
it wasn't good, but if you expect anything different, then blame it on you, bro.
Yeah, no, but I just think these kind of matches look shit. McIntyre wins when he hits a Claymore after Goldberg was going for the spear and missed it. Shit match. McIntyre retains. No sign of the Miz. He's been saying for weeks how he's going to cash in. Never cashed in. And then Goldberg.
There was a lot of stuff on this show where stuff looked like it was going to happen and it didn't happen.
Yeah, unfortunately. Goldberg hugs McIntyre, then leaves. I don't know if Goldberg was just selling or whether he was legitimately hurt. But he was struggling to get to the back on his knees and stuff. I mean, it could be good selling or it could just be the guy's gassed after a couple of minutes. I don't know.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, guys, but not the best way to kick off the show.
Yeah, no, shit match. Awful.
Yep.
Awful.
And talking about awful, this is the worst match on the card. I don't give a fuck how bad Bill was gassed after 20. This women's match was fucking awful. No, actually, it was a Sasha Banks match,
Yeah, it was
wasn't
Sasha Banks.
All right, yeah, well,
Carmella.
this wasn't any good either.
Yeah, this really wasn't any good. Sasha Banks gets Carmella to tap it in the end. I mean, whoop-de-doo.
Nobody thought any different.
This was our tea break of the night, to be fair, so didn't really.
No one fucking Reginald was he there? Probably was.
No, wait, this was our FIFA. We're playing a game of FIFA during this pish match.
Aye, tea break was after the Rumble.
Sasha Banks retains. Nobody cares.
Yep. Next up, we have the Women's Rumble, and this is, I think, this is one of the worst matches I've ever seen.
Really, they followed the women's title match with the Rumble? Oh, fair enough.
Oh, they did.
Anyway, up next, Women's Royal Rumble. Starting the match, can't even fucking remember. Bayley and Naomi.
Awful.
Then Bianca Belair came out, done nothing.
They did nothing. Well, I mean, Bayley was involved in a couple of spots.
I mean, yeah, Bayley did like a cool slide it to the under the rope and eliminated it like someone with like a powerbomb, which was pretty cool. I guess Billie Kay was not getting in the match, sitting on commentary, trying to get people to accept a signed photo of her. Enjoy team up there, which I guess was probably better than anything that was going on in the ring. Jillian Hall comes out with her awful fucking singing. She teams up with Billie Kay. Billie Kay ends up, turning on her, throwing her out. Nothing really happened. You had a few legends returning, like Victoria, Tori Wilson, but not a big deal was made.
The commentating didn't do anything for this.
Victoria did seem to last a wee while and did some of her finishers, but then she ended up getting thrown out kind of just randomly. None of the legends really got put over. Yet the commentators choose to put over massively the likes of Lana, who had been missing we haven't seen her in 3 weeks. But Victoria, we haven't seen in like 10 years, and they make a bigger deal.
Like a legit 10 years.
You know what I mean? Someone that was actually around when wrestling was good. Yeah, boring. Get to the end. Lacey Evans comes out with Ric Flair's robe on.
Nothing happened of this. Just
thought she might have been the reason Charlotte gets eliminated, but no, she gets eliminated by someone else. Doesn't even get eliminated by Charlotte. Towards the end, Nia Jax and Natalya comes out number 30, just as normal.
Bliss comes out, they don't do anything with the Fiend.
Oh yeah, that was awful. Bliss comes out, gets a wee flurry of moves in, then they all start ganging up on her, and then I think the transformation's about to happen, and then before anything happens, she gets thrown out by, I believe, Rhea Ripley.
I could forgive this if they did something in the actual men's match.
Yep, awful.
But it didn't.
I thought maybe when Bliss got eliminated, maybe that was going to cause her to get back in or whatever. Nope, nothing. That's it. Over, gone. Walk to the back. Don't see her again. What was the point of fucking that? Natalia comes out number 30. I was expecting a surprise entrance, someone to attack her. She does get attacked coming to the ring, but then she just fucking gets in the ring as normal as Nia Jackson.
They just did that to piss people off.
Yeah, I mean, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler attacked her, but then she got in the ring anyway. So,
Nia Jax throwing some of the worst punches you've ever seen.
Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler. I mean, how's Shayna... I'm going to guess Shayna Baszler's MMA record's probably worse than CM Punk's, based on these punches she was throwing towards Nia Jax. We get to the end, Natalia gets eliminated like a fucking jobber. She got to the final 4, but I mean, when you come in 30th, it's pretty hard not to get to the final 4. The Charlotte Flair ends up getting double teamed and then eliminated by both
Ripley and Belair.
And then so she gets booked fucking mega strong. Then she gets eliminated and she's like laughing and smirking about it. I mean, it's supposed to be a chance to go to WrestleMania. Can't imagine back in the day. I mean, see, remember that time Maven drop kicked Undertaker on top rope and Undertaker was laughing about it and says, "See, Maven, I'll get you next year." Remember that?
Yeah.
Aye, that was good one time. Fuck no. Taker went in and fucking killed him straight
I'll
away.
get you next year, son.
You know what I mean? Then killed him on Raw the next night.
Anyway, awful match. Belair wins. There's not much more to say in that. It was fucking atrocious.
Awful spots where people have to pretend to almost eliminate themselves. I mean, it just looks... It looks so fucking... I can never remember watching a Rumble back in the day where like an Austin or a Rock have to pretend to eliminate themselves. Yet in this match they've done it multiple times. They're hanging on perfectly, but then they'll position their body so they almost fall off the apron.
I know.
It happens with the ending. And then they agree, we'll get in at the same time.
Just fucking...
I mean, how fucking goofy and fake does this shit look? Awful. Worst Rumble match I've ever seen. I never wanted to see a women's match, Rumble match, and I think one was enough. If they'd just done one, I think realistically, just doing the one match and bringing back all the legends, I think you can get away with it. But having this match year after year, when you just don't have the amount of, at least with men's Royal Rumbles every year, you could bring like fucking 5, 6, 7, 8 legends back that you haven't seen in literally 10 years.
Exactly.
See, with the women's, you don't have that. I mean, you literally bring...
Well, you can bring loads of people in, but it's a load of fucking jobbers.
Yeah.
And that's exactly... Well, yeah.
So yeah, what worst women's Rumble? I don't want to see another one. Like I said, one was enough. Maybe schedule it every 5 years, but this doesn't need to be happening every single year. Up next, we had...
Kevin Owens against Roman Reigns, last man standing.
Decent match, but I don't know. I think last man standing matches are hard to book. To me, they're just very methodical and slow paced.
If you've seen one, you've seen them all.
I don't know. It's just big move, count to 10. Big move, count to 10. Big move, count to 10. One of the best spots was actually earlier in the match. I think when Kevin Owens gets run over and goes through the windshield of this car thingy.
Gets run over by a golf cart, but gets beat with a chokehold. I mean, come on.
Awful spot where Roman Reigns gets handcuffed throughout the match and Heyman can't uncuff him in time.
It takes about
and the
10
referee
minutes.
stops the count.
Makes no sense.
I thought the referees weren't supposed to know the finish, so realistically this referee should have counted Roman Reigns.
I know, but the whole gimmick here is, Reigns was half on his feet. Well then, so why didn't he do that instead of having to get uncuffed?
Yeah. You know, load of shit.
Yep. Guillotine, good night.
I mean, it was alright. Like, was it match of the night if you take away the Royal Rumble?
Well, yeah.
I think it was,
That's
probably.
Not the men's.
Well, it's better than the women's Royal Rumble match, like 100%. It's probably match of the night, take away the men's Royal Rumble.
Well, obviously. What other fucking match would there be?
Speaking of the men's Royal Rumble, up next, main event for the chance to go to the Pirate Fiend WrestleMania.
Which we've seen last year.
It starts off Edge and Orton, and it finishes with Edge and Orton. So, I guess it started how it finished. This is actually good. You actually got, no offence to like Tori Wilson or Victoria that I don't really fucking care about, or Jillian Hall. I mean, you actually got relevant fucking legends returning in this, albeit some of them didn't last long. But you got Carlito, you got Christian who actually went.
You got Hurricane, you got Kane.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting Christian to get eliminated, like taking a bump. That didn't happen. Anyway, start off the match, Edge and Orton brawl, no bad. Out comes Sami Zayn, out comes Mustafa Ali, fills the ring up with some jobbers. Out comes Jeff Hardy, only to get eliminated. Like,
and this is the biggest problem I've
straight
got.
away by Dolph Ziggler.
What the fuck is going on here?
Why? When Jeff Hardy, in my opinion, should be one of those guys that gets to the end. You see, you get to the end, you've got like Jeff Hardy in there with Christian and Edge. Fuck me, it's like watching back to the Attitude at Ruthless Aggression era. Not fucking Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler lasted. I mean, when he threw Hardy out, Hardy then got up and threw himself over the barricade. I mean, I don't know if that's a sign of Jeff Hardy's 1 foot at the door or not, but.
Yep, Orton, DDT, he gets sent to the back.
Carlito comes out with an apple, but can't spit it because of COVID-19.
But yet you can all wrestle in the same fucking ring.
You know what I mean? That's a wee bit lame. Carlito's gimmick, his whole fucking best thing he's got, spitting an apple in your face, and he couldn't get to do that.
I mean, Carlito lasted a wee bit, but nothing
Major. Hurricane came out next, went for a double choke slam on Big E and Bobby Lashley, and then they kind of did the Triple H Austin spot. And
it was cringy. Yeah. I mean, how can you go for Triple H and Austin, the Bobby Lashley and Big E?
Yeah. I mean, I would have had like Hurricane just look at them both, like, you know, then accept defeat and like toss himself over the top rope, but nah, they tried to copy.
Like, why couldn't he? Like, they both went to get him, and he's like, "I've seen this before," and then jumped over the top rope, like you said. I mean,
nah, that's what I'd have done, but didn't happen. So you know, is what it is.
Then we start getting bodies in the ring. Styles, Bryan.
Yeah. Everyone who's anyone really got. And Kane came back, eliminated a couple of people, padded his elimination numbers a wee bit, so
the 50, I think.
Hopefully that will keep his record intact for
Damian
the foreseeable
Priest.
future. Damian Priest then eliminates Kane. Then we get like we said, then there's a return of Christian. Actually came in, hit some double team moves with Edge.
Hugs.
Does a hug with Edge, reuniting the Brawlers, and then fucking Matt Riddle has to be there, taking up space. Why? I do not fucking know. More action goes on in the ring. Then number 29, Seth Rollins. Completely forgot about this guy. That's how irrelevant he is. Haven't seen him for SummerSlam, and to be honest, or Survivor Season, it didn't feel like it was missed. It's how bad he is. See, when his entrance music comes on, I don't know who it is. I only knew who it was until it popped up on the screen. Seth Rollins.
Cole's like, we haven't seen this guy since Survivor Series.
Like, see, back in the day, see Nature, see when someone's music hit, within 2 seconds I knew who it was. As soon as you hear the first bit of their song.
I know.
Or even Titantron, but this Titantron's just like a gold fucking flash.
I mean, we haven't seen Seth Rollins since Survivor Series, but with Christian, it's like, oh, it's Edge's brother. Fuck off.
I know we should have talked about Christian coming back after career-threatening injuries. We never thought he'd wrestle again.
Like, he did mention it, but it was about 5 minutes after he came out, and by that point...
Like, he didn't, because remember he fought Orton, like, not that long. Remember when Orton was feuding with Edge? And he couldn't go? Remember he just took, like, a chair shot?
I know.
The reason he did that, because apparently he couldn't take bumps, but now he's...
Fucking...
I don't get it anyway.
He lasted about 15 minutes.
Rollins eliminated a couple of people, and then Braun Strowman goes out number 30. One of the guys we've got to win, thought he would win. He didn't win.
Bryan's gone. Styles is gone.
Daniel Bryan got eliminated by Seth Rollins, which was pish. Styles gets eliminated by Strowman after the big guy, the big black ninja, tries to save him a couple of times on the outside. What happened after that?
Strowman and Rollins went to team up.
Yeah, Strowman turns on Rollins, smashes him onto the floor. Edge and Christian start beating up Strowman's about to eliminate Edge. Christian saves Edge only for Rollins to come and eliminate Christian from behind. Edge gets rid of Braun Strowman at the same time. It's down to Edge and Rollins beginning to feel the worth here. I thought Rollins was going to win. Edge eliminates Rollins, celebrates, and then out of nowhere Orton comes back. Major problem here, hits an RKO, and then gets Edge up, goes to toss him over the top rope, and Edge turns it around and tosses Orton over the top rope. Completely fucking no sells to stunner. No sells RKO. I couldn't imagine like Austin stunning The Rock and then lifting him up and The Rock just.
How much? I'm not joking, right? See if Orton went to throw Edge over the top rope and then the Fiend interferes, costs Orton.
It doesn't even need to interfere, just his lights. You know, just the screens go out, the blank, and his music hits.
No, but see if that happened.
Even if he's not there, but like, see all the TVs. What if it just all showed like his face, the Fiend's face on the TVs? That's what I'd have done.
Like, I'm not saying it would have been the greatest Rumble ending of all time, but I mean, it would legit be up in like the high category.
Even if the Fiend wasn't there, I mean, you tell me you couldn't just get a replay of fucking some other time.
You would have literally went in like a 20-second period of where 5 people could have won the Rumble.
Yep, I know.
And it flipped like that.
And then at least that would have given you a bit of believability that Edge could have recovered a wee tiny bit from the RKO to eliminate Orton after Orton's distracted. But for Orton to RKO Edge and then just not be distracted, be 100% focused, but for Edge to still
that's another thing.
turn around and toss him in.
Orton didn't even need to do the RKO in Edge.
Yeah, I know.
He could have.
At least if he didn't do the RKO and went to throw him out and Edge reversed it, you could sort of go, well, you know what, he managed to reverse it, but shouldn't be able to reverse it after getting the finisher move done to him. By the way, Orton had no burns on his face. I don't even know if the feud with the Fiend. Maybe the feud with the Fiend's over. I mean, how can you get first degree? How can you have first degree burns on Monday but have nothing on Sunday? That just doesn't make any sense.
Soda cream.
Yeah. So I mean, the men's Royal Rumble was all right. It was nice to see some returns. To me, it wasn't the most interesting match throughout, but towards the end, I think it did get good. The ending was good, but could have been a hell of a lot better. I mean, the Royal Rumble match I'd probably give it like a 5 or 6 itself. I thought it was all right, but could have been better in spots. I mean, it was great to see Kane back, get a couple of eliminations. Seeing Christian compete was kind of great. Cool to see the Hurricane. I mean, it was cool to see Carlito leaving. They couldn't do the Apple thing. Yeah, nice to see Edge win it, but like I think it could have been a lot better. No Fiend doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, I mean, that is it. He's basically wrapped it all up, and we are going to give an overall show rating right now. And I am going to give this show a... I'm giving it a 3. I'll give it a 3, but I was debating 2. But
the reason I'm giving it a 3 is I actually thought Owens Roman Reigns was alright. A bit slow in parts, but
some decent enough
thought it
spots.
was alright.
There was a few botches.
And
like
I would say the men's Royal Rumble, it was a decent Royal Rumble. Let's be honest, I've certainly seen worse Royal Rumbles in the last 5. There's been the worst Royal Rumbles in the last 5 years.
yeah, like 19 and 18. I mean, last year was actually pretty good with Brock
Last year
dominating.
was good till Brock got eliminated.
Yeah.
Then it just went to fucking shit. Speaking of Brock nowhere to be seen. But anyway, yeah, we're giving it a 3 out of 10. Let us know what you thought down below.
Women's match was the worst I've ever fucking seen in my life.